Well, we all have feathers from the same eagle. We share everything on the rails.
To take on that responsibility of standing behind the camera and going, I want this.
The world of film and television is mourning the sudden loss of one of its most respected and beloved performers. Graham Greene, the acclaimed Canadian actor best known for his Oscar-nominated role in Dances with Wolves and countless memorable performances across film, TV, and stage, has passed away at the age of 73.
Well, for me it is. I'm Iroquois. I live in Canada. I was born there, but the Iroquois Nation, the Six Nations, we don't recognize the 49th parallel as a border.
According to reports, Greene died peacefully in a Toronto hospital with his wife, Hilary Blackmore, by his side. News of his death has left fans, colleagues, and admirers stunned, as he was not only a brilliant actor but also a cultural figure who helped open doors for Indigenous representation in Hollywood. A powerful presence on screen. For decades, Graham Greene stood as one of the most prolific Native American and First Nations actors in the entertainment industry. Whether appearing in sweeping Western epics, gritty crime thrillers, or heartfelt dramas, Greene brought depth and authenticity to every role. While he tackled a wide variety of genres, many fans believe his performances in Western and neo-Western stories showcased his talents most vividly. One of his most celebrated television appearances came in the hit series Longmire, where he portrayed the recurring antagonist Malachi Strand. Greene in Longmire. Although his character was alluded to earlier, Malachi Strand made his first appearance in the third season of Longmire. Malachi had been incarcerated for years, but he wasn't the type to fade quietly into obscurity. Greene brought the character to life with a striking mix of charm, menace, and sly humor. From his very first scene in Of Children and Travelers, Greene's Malachi made an impression. Deadpan, manipulative, and always calculating. He attempted to secure his own freedom by leveraging others, hinting at the dangerous power he still held beyond prison walls. What made Malachi such a chilling figure wasn't brute force but rather Greene's ability to embody him as a cunning adversary. His delivery carried the weight of someone who could outthink and outmaneuver his enemies, making him a perfect foil to Robert Taylor's Sheriff Walt Longmire. Even as Malachi aligned himself with Jacob Nighthorse and emerged from prison into a new position of influence, audiences could always sense the snake-like qualities Greene infused into the role. Unlike many of Greene's other characters, who often carried layers of nuance and compassion, Malachi was unapologetically ruthless, and that's what made him unforgettable. By the time the series reached its finale, Malachi's long-standing feud with Walt built to a climactic showdown years in the making. Greene's performance gave the character an aura of inevitability. Even when Malachi wasn't on screen, his presence loomed large. Humor in the darkness. One of the qualities that made Graham Greene stand out as Malachi was the humor he injected into an otherwise menacing character. He would often mock Walt with nicknames like Longfinger or Lawnmower, small touches that balanced intimidation with wit. In that sense, Malachi almost became a Moriarty to Walt's Sherlock Holmes. Brilliant, conniving, and always one step ahead. And Greene's performance ensured that even when Malachi was absent, the audience never forgot about him. Tributes from colleagues. Following Greene's passing, many of his Longmire colleagues and co-stars shared heartfelt tributes. Diamond Phillips called Greene an actor's actor, describing him as both iconic and legendary. Martinez praised Greene as a giant among all actors, noting that words like, "he will be missed," don't truly capture the magnitude of his loss. Robert Taylor, who played Sheriff Walt Longmire, remembered Greene as not just a superb actor but also a dear friend, often recalling how Greene's humor kept him in stitches. Even Craig Johnson, the author of the novels that inspired Longmire, shared a humorous memory. Upon meeting Greene on set, Phillips introduced Johnson as the creator of the series. Greene looked him up and down and, without missing a beat, said, "I have a lot of questions for you." That quick wit was as much a part of the man as it was the character he played. A career beyond Longmire. While Longmire showcased Greene's ability to embody a classic villain, it was just one chapter in a remarkable career. Greene is perhaps most widely remembered for his role as Kicking Bird in Kevin Costner's 1990 film Dances with Wolves. His performance as the Lakota Holy Man earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, a historic recognition for an Indigenous performer at the time. Kevin Costner himself paid tribute on Instagram, recalling not only Greene's willingness to learn the Lakota language for the role, but also the authenticity and heart he brought to the film. Costner called him a master at work and a wonderful human being, expressing gratitude for having shared such an important chapter of cinematic history with him. Over the years, Greene's filmography grew to include appearances in Thunderheart, The Green Mile, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Maverick, Transamerica, and Wind River. His versatility allowed him to move seamlessly from intense dramas to comedies and action films, always leaving an impression. Representation and legacy. Beyond individual roles, Graham Greene's career carried deep cultural significance. As a First Nations actor from the Oneida Nation, he helped pave the way for greater Indigenous representation on screen. At a time when Hollywood often leaned on stereotypes, Greene's performances brought humanity, intelligence, and authenticity to Native characters. He showed audiences worldwide that Indigenous actors could not only lead powerful stories, but also redefine what it meant to be a character actor in Hollywood. His presence challenged old narratives and inspired new generations of actors to follow in his footsteps. A personal side. Off-screen, Greene was known for his humility and humor. Colleagues often described him as someone who could light up a room with a joke while carrying himself with grace and dignity. In interviews, he often reflected on the craft of acting with simplicity, emphasizing the importance of honesty in a performance. For him, acting wasn't about pretending, but about truthfully inhabiting the character. A philosophy that undoubtedly contributed to his success. His marriage to Hilary Blackmore was another cornerstone of his life. By all accounts, she was not only his partner but also his anchor through decades of work in an industry that can be both demanding and isolating. Remembering Graham Greene. With Greene's passing, the entertainment industry has lost a performer whose contributions stretched far beyond the screen. He wasn't just an actor who played memorable roles. He was a trailblazer, a storyteller, and a voice for Indigenous communities in mainstream media. From Kicking Bird in Dances with Wolves to Malachi Strand in Longmire, and countless other roles in between, Greene leaves behind a legacy of excellence, strength, and humanity. His loss is deeply felt, but his work will continue to resonate with audiences for generations to come. Graham Greene's death marks the end of a remarkable chapter in Hollywood history, but his story doesn't end here. His films, his performances, and his impact will continue to inspire. Thank you for watching this tribute to Graham Greene. If you admired his work as much as we did, we'd love to hear your thoughts and memories in the comments below. And if you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories celebrating the lives and legacies of remarkable figures in film, television, and beyond. Rest in peace, Graham Greene. Your talent and spirit will never be forgotten.